Why, hello. Today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite things, which is branding. And I'm particularly inspired to talk about it because I just finished this fantastic book. It's called Lovemarks, and it talks about how businesses go from being just a business to a brand, then to being a love mark, which is kind of that ultimate goal you want to reach. So the best example that this book gave of a love mark was Coca Cola. And they talked about how back in the day, Coca Cola had its original drink, which everyone loved. People were drinking it all the time. And then they decided to try and switch it after doing the original for a little bit. And people were flabbergasted, they hated it, they wanted the original, and after hearing enough criticism, Coca-Cola a few years later brought their old formula back and called it Coke Classic. So that kind of showed how the company was a bit controlled by its consumers, but at the same time listened to them and knew that their product existed for the consumers. People loved it. It brought them joy. It brought them happiness in their day-to-day. They really liked drinking it. So they realized that, oh, our brand is actually owned by these consumers. It's not us trying to, push a message on them, which I really appreciate. That, when you go into a business and when you start a business, you should really be thinking, what am I doing for others? What am I doing to change the world, to make an impact? And not think so much about, let me just shove this idea down everyone's throats and hope for the best. So I think that was a great example that people should really use for their own businesses, and that listen to consumers, use social media, and that's honestly why social media is so great, is that these large corporations can hear from their consumers directly, whereas Coca-Cola back in the day might have had to get mail sent to them, or send out a survey via mail, or receive phone calls, which are a little bit harder to track than a social comment or an email. Open up that line of communication with consumers. Don't be afraid to hear their feedback, because it's only going to help you and help your business thrive to do that. Overall, if you want to be a love mark, and I can talk about other things too if you guys enjoy hearing this, but to be a love mark, you really got to listen to consumers and understand that your product or your service is for them. It's not for you as much, and you need to make them feel heard, make consumers feel like they're making an impact, because they are, and they should be. So that's my little POV on becoming a love mark. I obviously have way more to say, but I'll keep it at just that for now. Feel free to comment below your thoughts on what I discussed in this video, and let me know if you want to hear more. But otherwise, I'm happy just continuing the conversation in the comments.